Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a rather unfortunate occurrence here, really disgusting, really sad story that occurred here recently. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the whole Jermaine incident down in Florida, but I'm about to talk about that here, so just jumping right into it. A black teen in Sanford, Florida, who referred to himself as Jermaine, was a victim of racial profiling and discrimination in a really heartbreaking video that surfaced recently on Twitter. And you can clearly see what he's referring to when he says that he was racially profiled. So as a little bit of a backstory before we jump right into the actual video clip, is on Tuesday, June 14th, Jermaine was visiting a friend in a residential neighborhood when four white residents, in his words, felt the need to hit his car with a cone and proceed to throw I believe it was a brick through his window. So I'll go ahead and roll the clip for you real quick.
Right here, tell me what you were doing. Burning out, racing through my fucking neighborhood. Burning out, racing through my fucking neighborhood.
I told you not to.
Get out of my face.
I'm not in your face. Get out of my neighborhood, fuckwad.
Who got a gun? Who got the gun?
The guy who's got a permit to carry it.
You got a gun?
You're the one that would get a gun.
All right.
Get out of this neighborhood.
All right.
Get out of this neighborhood. You don't belong here, brother.
What, y'all want to smash the fucking window? Smash the window?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
You smashed the window, huh?
Well, y'all driving like idiots.
So right off the jump, I had a lot of thoughts about this video. So from the very beginning, the first guy, he refers to the neighborhood as, quote, his neighborhood, getting all in his face, yelling at him. And what I kind of understand from this is it's almost like he's got some sort of weird superiority complex. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, bro's all up in his face, he's yelling, saying that he's quote, burnout racing. Like, if I want to keep it real with you guys, I wish that we could see how fast this kid was actually driving, because I'm very skeptical that he was burnout racing. That sounds a little extreme. That's just me, but overall just very dramatic, getting right up in his face, and trying to just act like he's above him, act like he's better than him, act like he's stronger, just overall, just like I said, a real superiority complex almost. Really weird. He's not the only one at fault though, because the second guy in that clip, he almost it was weird, he almost threatened him with a gun. The kid was keeping his composure. I keep saying the kid, but Jermaine, he keeps his cool with these people. They're clearly threatening him. And he even gets threatened with a gun at one point. I'm sure, put yourself in the mind of this kid for a second. He's probably thinking, oh my gosh, I'm outnumbered here. They're already throwing bricks at me, assaulting my car. And now all of a sudden there's talks of this gun. And so this kid's saying, where's the gun? And the second guy right away, he makes it very clear that the gun is there. He makes it very clear that this kid is in danger. He says the guy with the license to carry, and even actually name calls him, if I'm not mistaken. Just truly disgusting stuff here. But again, that's not all, because it gets much worse. So we're about halfway through this video at this point. It's definitely not looking good for these people. And if that wasn't bad enough, that one white woman there, there's always, it seems like in these sort of situations, there's always that one Karen that's just, snooping her nose where she shouldn't be. She probably wasn't even in on it initially, but she definitely's got her 2 cents to say. So she hops in, and she right away, without any hesitation, reveals really what we're all thinking, including Jermaine, that this is indeed racially motivated. When she randomly blurts out, "You'd have the gun." We all know what you're insinuating with that one. Just a real overall just piece of garbage for that remark, it's already bad enough, everyone's riled up. And of course, this Karen has to bring race into the factor here. But, what can you do? They are who they are, right? And another thing I don't quite understand is if these people are so worried about the safety of, their neighborhood and, the safety of this little tight-knit neighborhood, this little suburban neighborhood in Florida, if they're so worried about the safety of themselves and others, let's talk about how their first thought when they saw, you know, a child, a teenage boy driving through their neighborhood at apparently a speed they didn't like. I mean, I understand if someone's genuinely speeding through your neighborhood, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to, you know, try and stop them, you know, diffuse the situation. But let's talk about how literally their first thought in this situation was violence. Their first thought was literally, let's throw a cone at his car. Let's throw a brick at him. Not only did that damage his car, you know, windows are not cheap to replace, but even more important than that is the fact that if you hurl a brick through someone's car and if that hits a poor kid, like that's no joke. He could have been seriously hurt in that. And not once in the video did they ever take some sort of accountability for that, apologize. Obviously, they're not going to apologize, but just acknowledge the fact that what they did could genuinely have been harmful to this child. Like, that's just mind-blowing to me. Like, I can't understand. Like, you're all about, you know, peace and safety of the neighborhood, but your first thought is to throw a brick at someone, damage their property, and came awfully close to causing physical harm to this person. Like, I swear, I gotta go grab my TI-84 graphing calculator from Texas Instruments because this is not adding up for me, man. I'm sorry, it's just not. And let's kind of talk about, you know, Jermaine's whole demeanor and his mentality through all of this, too, because if I were in that same situation, I would be so pissed. Like, it'd be so hard for me to keep my cool, but he obviously kept his cool. And I honestly think if his intentions really were bad, I don't think he would have ever stopped the car. I think he would have just kept driving. I wouldn't have gotten out of the car, and he definitely wouldn't have tried to interact with these folks peacefully. So my kind of just like final thoughts on the whole situation here is violence is never the answer. Racist remarks are never the answer. And this was clearly racially motivated. And I think that's very clear by just the 40 seconds of footage we see from this very disturbing clip. Truly heartbreaking. And obviously, you know, all we can do is pray for a better world. Keep them in our thoughts and prayers. The good guys of this story, Jermaine and his family. And hope that justice is served. In fact, actually, in my research and reading on the topic, justice actually was served because from what I understand, two of the men that were in the initial altercation with them have actually been charged with felony charges. The two men in question, their names are Donald Eugene Corsi and Howard Oral Hughes. And like I said, they both face felony charges. Their mugshots have been released to the public. So this is legit. They have been charged. And I think that's fantastic because, you know, it's just, it's a case of justice being served. And lastly here, I just want to read a tweet from a woman who identified herself as Jermaine's sister and what she had to say when she took to Twitter. She said, "Yesterday, my 16-year-old brother was racially profiled in a neighborhood in Sanford, Florida, the same city as Trayvon Martin. Luckily, he had a different fate. I commend my brother for how he reacted in the situation. They tried to throw a brick at his head and missed." So that's pretty much the story. I think that's just, wow, it's just so crazy to take it all in and think how, you know, people could actually react this way. But I'm glad, you know, justice was served. I'm glad the boy's okay and that the family seems to be doing well. That's pretty much it for the video, though. I do want to, you know, appreciate you guys for watching. If you would, leave a like, a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And, of course, subscribe to the channel for more commentaries just like this. And, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Y'all take care. Bye.